The Try Guys are finally responding to Ned Fulmer's comeback, and it's not looking good for him. After his massive cheating scandal in 2022, which got him fired from the Try Guys, Ned Fulmer is back on the internet seeking a second chance at a YouTube career, where he just launched a podcast. And while the internet had a lot of negative things to say to Ned, we now finally have the most anticipated response to this whole thing, because a lot of people couldn't wait to see what the Try Guys think about Ned's comeback, and it also looks like Ned himself has something to say to all the hate he's receiving. Now, as you already know, the Try Guys started as a group of 4 guys, but there are now remaining 2 guys after Ned got fired and Eugene quit, which now leaves Keith and Zach. So right after Ned announced his return and announced his new podcast Rock Bottom with Ned Fulmer, Keith immediately emerged with a clapback on his TikTok. He posted this song from The Simpsons, Just Don't Look, and if you're not familiar with the background of this song, it was performed to stop advertising mascots and monsters that were rampaging through Springfield. And mind you, he posted this as Ned was doing this big launch of his podcast, where he launched it using People magazine. Keith added his own caption that said that just don't look, and as you can already tell, he's so mad about it and looks like he's very against Ned's comeback, because he clearly was telling people to not give him any attention. Plus, if you're thinking that maybe this post was not directed at Ned, well, it sure looks like it was, because Keith had last posted on his TikTok in June, so the fact that he came back to post this right after Ned announced his podcast shows that the message was directed at him. But which makes sense honestly, because what Ned did cost them a lot of money and put them down business-wise, so it's understandable that Keith is very mad that he's returning. I mean, he has a right to do whatever he wants, but still, it makes them feel some type of way. Someone said that, did you know that the Try Guys started their streaming service to give their employees stable income after they lost millions after Ned ruined their lives? So basically, after letting Ned go, the remaining guys went through hell with business, losing millions of dollars because, first of all, they had to let go of the unreleased videos that had Ned in them, and also to edit him out of the videos where it was possible, all which cost a lot of money. But that is not even all, because a lot of brands also dropped out of the deals for months, which is why they had to start their streaming hustle outside of YouTube to make sure that their employees were being paid. Zach said in an interview with People magazine that there are several videos that we've deemed as fully unreleasable. You will never see them, and that is due to his involvement. He also said that our company was operating at loss for essentially 2 years. We got to a point where it cost more money for us to make the shows that our audience loved than we got in from YouTube. So you can see that he not only ruined his marriage and his family, but also the company that he worked in, and all that justifies Keith's reaction to his return, because I can imagine that it's almost disgusting to even see him on their screens. Someone said that I'll never forgive Ned. He almost destroyed the credibility of his friends and their livelihoods because he couldn't resist keeping it in his pants around their employees. So seeing how they've turned Second Try into such a success makes me so happy. Another said that I was not aware of how bad the situation was. I just knew he was cheating and it was a whole HR violation. Major yikes. Glad that the Try Guys are making sure that their employees are making enough. They literally cut ties with collaborators and sponsors who support Israel, and they pay their employees a living wage in one of the most expensive cities in the world. The Second Try team are good people, and their shows are legit so good. Literally, he made them lose a show with the Food Network. Ned not only made them lose out on major career advancements and opportunities, but casual legal issues, possible lawsuits, and defamation. Anyway, amid all this backlash, Ned has come to speak out, basically saying that he's not going to give it a lot of attention, saying that he will only focus on his work. In an interview he had with People magazine, he said that in terms of the online reaction, I think I've come to understand that I have to tune it out a little bit. listen to it to the extent that it's helpful, but to really just let the work speak for itself and move on to the next episode. Well, let me know what you think about his response, but whether he likes it or not, it looks like people are really dedicated to get him cancelled and back to wherever he's been hiding for the past 3 years, because people will simply never forgive him for what he did. Before he even launched his podcast, people were going to his pages and typing out stuff like this one who said that it's 2025 and I'm still mad. Anyway, it is more stuff that is making people mad at this point, like the fact that even with his new podcast, it isn't really a new podcast, but a rebrand of his old parenting podcast with his wife, which is why you can see the good ratings and the good reviews. Most people are even shocked that they're already subscribed to him, and it's just because it is not a new podcast but the old one. People particularly find that diabolical because he's using the same parenting podcast to do a new podcast about how he cheated and ruined his marriage, because literally that is his whole personality at this point, because he's now known as the guy who cheated, which is funny because he used to be known as the wife guy. Anyway, it is a lot of mess going on, you guys. As we wait to see where this goes, let me know what you think.
Really seem to care about the train wreck that I caused.
Would you say that was your rock bottom? Have you hit your rock bottom? Or do you think?
I hope so, yeah. Yeah, I would say my rock bottom was... It's funny. In the car, there was still a part of me that thought, maybe, because we'd been doing therapy, like we kind of had talked about a variety of things, and my rock bottom was, being in a I think the moment for me is you like sent me a text that night that was like, I don't think we can get past this. And it's just sort of like my whole world crashed. And I was like, oh, right. So what I did wasn't like in our boundaries or in any sort of like what I did was unforgivable, and there's no hope. And I don't think I slept that night. I remember writing you a long letter, and it was ironic. That weekend I was at a wedding, and they like played our wedding song as their dance. And it was like black tie. Everyone's very fancy. I was just like stepping away to cry every 20 minutes.